not open customer bags and cause the kind of anxiety subjected to when they are boarding flights in their various origins, and they wonder how they'll be handled in Kenya. So on the various areas that are for immediate communication and implementation in our airport to ensure that we improve customer experience. Further to the cabinet commitment to reform the position Kenya, to position Kenya as an aviation hub, Cabinet Secretary Treasury and Economic Planning, the Cabinet here with us today, the Cabinet Secretary for Tourism, were charged with it to enhance operational efficiency and coordination. As such, the charter shall be in place within 7 days, and it will provide guidance on governance, escalation mechanism, monitoring and evaluation. Enhanced risk profiling for improved security screening. We looked at case profiling through advanced customer information system to uphold travel dignity and privacy. Only bags flagged by security scanners. You know, we do scan our bags behind. So only bags flagged for security scanners will be open in dedicated screening room. This aims to enhance security while ensuring a respectful and seamless travel experience to our travelers. On immediate implementation of advanced passenger information system and in line with the UN resolution, Government of Kenya is immediately implementing advanced passenger information system to enhance international security and streamline operational efficiency. This initiative aims to strengthen border control while ensuring a smooth travel experience. In line with the Cabinet directive, all citizens from across Africa, as some of us may be aware, are exempt from ETA requirements. Furthermore, multiple entry ETA and expedited ETA processing have been operationalized. We also wish to report that Kenya has increased the duty-free limit and enhanced customer oversight, and in line with that, the passenger goods screening, Kenya has raised the duty-free threshold from the current Kenya shillings 50,000 to 250,000. So when we screen bags and we have that kind of information on our 3D scanner that you have goods worth more than 250,000, from 50,000 that we are implemented in line with the protocols, we will not need to bother our customers or our travelers. And to further strengthen customs operations, the Kenya Revenue Authority will enhance staff capacity through training and equip all airport customs officers with body-worn cameras effective 1st of July to ensure transparency and efficiency. So we'll be introducing body-worn cameras for all our customs officers in their areas of operations. JKIA to double immigration booths and staff introduce e-gates. Within 90 days, immigration booths at JKIA airport will be doubled. We currently have 8 immigration booths. We'll double them to 16, along with a corresponding increase of staff to expedite passenger clearance and reduce overcrowding. Additionally, electronic self-clearance gates, known as e-gates, where you're able to expedite by processing yourself, will be installed to facilitate faster and more efficient immigration process. We'll also deploy technology to monitor and ensure accountability for all staff working at JKIA, aiming to enhance service delivery. Strengthen accountability measures for personnel across all agencies at the airport. All staff working for KIA, KRA, Immigration, Health, KEFIS, the Kenya Plant Health Organization, Tourism, National Police Service, and retail concessionaires must wear uniform and name tags within 2 weeks. So within 2 weeks, all of us who are working within the airport will be wearing name tags. Additionally, further customer service training will be provided for all staff of agencies operating within our airport. The immediate adoption and implementation of the airport charter to improve coordination, accountability, and efficiency at the airport under KIA leadership. We're saying really the host will provide leadership, and through the service charter there will be a broader review of overall customer experience from all customer touch points. Further, we shall establish tourism information center to enhance visibility of what Kenya has to offer. Considering the aging infrastructure, the government is committed to improving the overall airport infrastructure, and short-term action on infrastructure will include enhanced signage and wayfinding within airport and terminals, improved airside and landside storm water drainage, enhanced water supply system, improved terminal air conditioning, improved parking management, covered walkways, terminal canopies, and access roads within 6 months. Those are the things we will want to do, or we have committed to do in the short term, to ensure that when customers are crossing from the terminal building to their vehicles, they have got canopies, so that with sunshine like this or with rains, we do want to care for our customers. Within the next financial year, we shall acquire an additional 3D screening equipment. You may be aware that some of the point of congestion is the scanners, the 3D scanner that will help us to expedite and be able to move customers or travel. We have undertaken and we commit to improve customer experience through the very quick actions in the short term, and working on the mid-term and the long term to ensure that as an anchor state in the region, we do attract more travelers, we do attract more tourists, and improve our GDP contribution from tourism, because we do recognize that tourism is a great employment opportunity in this industry, where tourism for us is a significant revenue earner in terms of GDP for this country. I want to thank you, and we can take a few questions. Thank you. Before we take questions, let me ask my colleague Rebecca Miano, CS Rebecca Miano, to make 1 or 2 comments on what we plan to do on the signage space, what we are going to do together in setting the tourist desks to be able to assist and support tourists arriving in our country. Rebecca Miano, thank you.
Thank you very much, CS. We are very happy as the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, and considering that we have an ambitious target to receive over 5 million tourists annually from the year 2027. So the measures that have been announced will be significant in supporting the arrival and the exit and customer experience at the airport. We know that the airport is the main gateway into our country, and being such a good tourist destination, it is incumbent upon all of us to ensure that the tourists have the experience that they expect and that they deserve. As the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, as has been announced, we will be setting up within the airport so that it readily available. we will also be partnering with the Ministry of Transport through the JKIA to enhance the branding of our country so that as our visitors arrive, they know that they have arrived at the magical Kenya, and they will carry that experience to other tourist destinations in the country. And so we are fully participating in the reforms and in the measures that are being announced. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. As has been read by the CS Roads and Transport, as the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, we are going to support the service charter, the airport charter, that is going to define our working relationship as different agencies domained at the airport. You need to appreciate that in the past, a lot of service provision has been hampered by the competition between institutions and functioning as silos. We have today come here to announce that never again shall the airport operate, and airport operating agencies shall operate as silos. They will now work as one united team at the airport, led by the Kenya Airports Authority, and we have pledged as the Minister of Interior that our staff that are police officers who are serving in this airport, together with the immigration officers serving at the airport, will ensure that they work together in humility under the leadership of Kenya Airports Authority to make sure that service delivery is achieved. In the past also, there have been complaints that some of the officers operating at the airport cannot be identified, and blame has gone to the rest of the country because some of them may have, one or two may have misbehaved while handling our tourists and our visitors. We have now made it mandatory that the police officers operating in this airport, the immigration officers operating inside this airport, shall all of them wear a name tag. And should you misbehave at the airport, we shall be able to identify you, and the customers will be able to identify the officer who was working with them. We have also agreed that under this charter, we will make sure that there shall be a command center where they will be monitoring using technology at the airport to make sure that they are not abdicating their responsibilities. So they shall not be drunk when they are serving. They shall not be also handle our visitors rudely or speak to them in a manner that is going to hurt the visitors. So they shall be enhanced customer care services at the airport, and therefore all of them will undergo training, customer care training. Working under one agency through this multi-agency approach under the charter shall be served the country and give our visitors and our citizens of the Republic who are passing through the airport a better customer service. We know, and this is better be appreciated by everybody, that we are working under a constrained infrastructure facility that is more than 45 years old. It's actually nearly 46 years old. Therefore, it's very difficult for us to customize the spaces that are there to give us a better experience, including the issues of e-gates and a better space for us to put immigration services. However, we will try our best to make sure that we innovatively increase the spaces where people are going to be screened and cleared. But be that as it may, under the long-term services we want to, or the projects that we want to have at this airport, it is urgent for the Republic of Kenya to quickly now think through the leadership of the Ministry of Roads and Transport, how we shall quickly have a better airport that will give citizens of this country and visitors of this country a better experience. It cannot be an excuse that the challenges we have witnessed in the past will stop us from having these facilities. We must continue and urgently find ways of ensuring that we have a better airport facility that will make us competitive, but also enable the other agencies that are operating at the airport, including those representing the Ministry of Interior, national administration to have a better space where Kenyans and other citizens and other visitors coming to the country will be cleared in a better way. You can see our commitment. We have been consistent. We do not wish to become the stumbling block. And you can see at the level of Deputy IG that there has been a representation in this process to make sure that everybody is going to operate in a better manner. You will be seeing our officers wearing better uniform with name tags, and they shall be identifiable based on the services they are going to give to our customers at the airport. Asanteni sana, and may God bless you. And on a light note, it's good to see that there is a new airport roof, and that in the last few months and almost years, now a year or so, we haven't witnessed leaking at the airport. Congratulations to the JKIA team for a job well done. Asante sana.
Do we still have some questions, or they've been clarified? We can take a few questions. Name, media house, and the question, please. Duty? Can we take the second one?
Right. My name is Diana from Standard Media Group. You mentioned something about the putting points in this area. So I'd like to understand what informed this decision to improve the and what is the sugar effect?
Thank you. Let me pick first from the nation. I didn't quite get your name. Ndubi. The concern of really why some of our services, as articulated very well by Waziri Murkomen, is the interagency is not working together. So some of the solutions we are mapping out is basically saying, can government work with one approach in terms of how we deal with our customers? Whether you come from Kenya Revenue Authority, an independent agency that collects our revenues and reports to the National Treasury, whether you work for the Kenya Police, watching over the security of our nation to make sure we don't have harmful substances coming into our country, or whether you work for the border control, whether you work for the Kenya Airports Authority, or whether you work for the tourism promotion, can we all work together to ensure that we do provide a seamless service to our customers? And working as a team, it will not cost us much. And therefore, the immediate solution, as you may note, does not have any budgetary implication. It will basically be rearranging the milk runs on how customers move through from alighting from the aircrafts to exiting the border control and all the way to the customs for checking. The challenge that we have, like again has been mentioned, is we have got very crammed up space because we have outgrown the capacity of our airport. We are bringing in excess of what our airport was built to handle, and therefore, even as we walked around to see where to put a scanner, we are struggling to get accommodation for scanner. As we look for room to put a bit of privacy, while we have to check your box because the scanner reports that we have to check your box because you are possibly a heavy trader and you don't want to, and you need to pay some tax, or you might be, the scanners notice some substances and we need to check your box. Boxes which have been scanned using technology, and that is already done at the back of the belt, and therefore there should be no reason why we are opening every other box because it touches on the second question of what informed. How much revenue are we collecting by opening our customers, our travelers' bags on the belt and causing the kind of challenges that customers have complained about? I'm returning home, I've only bought one shirt and I've got the dirty clothes. Why should my box be opened? And the revenue we are collecting amounts to about 0.05% of the total revenue we collect. To an extent that we must protect the security of the country in terms of substances or weapons that might come in. To the extent that somebody might be trading using a hand luggage with high value items. Those are the only items which, when flagged by the scanners, the 3D scanners, will be able to usher those customers to a private room and take them through the due process of paying taxes if taxes must be paid for, or verifying those items and subsequently collecting taxes if we must collect the taxes. So those are some of the things that informed the actions we are taking, working together as a team. But more importantly, comparatively checking the revenue coming in through the airport tax collection system and the impairment of, or the discouragement of the tourists that may not come into our country, because the referencing, we are told by Waziri Miano that 47% of our customers, new customers, come into Kenya through referencing by travelers who came to Kenya and had a good experience. We can be able to double that and collect more revenue, improve our tourism sector, improve the GDP to tourism, as opposed to basically shaking down all the customers that are coming into our country.
So, just so we're clear, is it safe to say that the implementation of this charter will cost the taxpayer nothing?
In the short term, implementation, like I've clarified, it's basically working as a team. In the long term, like I've said, in the midterm, we need space. Customers may not have that kind of experience. They don't want to be tripped around walking with their 2 suitcases. They need space. They need resting points. So in the meantime, like I've said, we'll put in a new scanner. We've said within this next financial year, we'll put in an additional scanner to expedite the movement of customers as we scan their luggages. And therefore, in the midterm, we'll make budgetary allocation to address what we must address in the midterm. But in the short term, in the immediate term, really, wearing a name tag, wearing uniform, smiling at a customer will cost us nothing. Thank you. Can we take one more? As regarding the investments that go into an international airport for the kind of infrastructural improvements we are making, I think I'll need to refer to my numbers to basically records to confirm how much went into improving and putting in that new roof to ensure that we remove that leakage embarrassment that we had with us for a while. But to basically rub in a bit on the budget, I think if you consider the kind of revenue we are losing, customer experience, and like I said, refer coming in, the kind of experience that we want to give to our customers is to improve that referral and improve the the customer inflow, the tourism inflows into our country. Numbers. Every small item, including how we greet our customer in the bag, identified by the scanner, are some of the very small things, but which are costing us so much. So we'll then be falling back to look at simulation, and improvements can really be built through small things that all of us can do together. In this team, we did Operators Association to talk together. Why should a plane arrive, and for a plane coming in with maybe 300 travelers, we only have one bus, and yet we have got contracts which stipulate how the first class traveler should be handled, how the business traveler should be handled, and so forth. And therefore we don't have to, how do we best the ladder very quickly so that customers are not sitting in the plane because we are mounting the ladder or the whatever so slowly. So they are the quick wins which don't cost anything. It's just an efficiency, how we work, and Kenyans are great workers, and we want to really get that culture, and without much investment, improve the customer experience and improve the tourist numbers that we can communicate later when we run our simulation. Rebecca?
Yes. Thank you very much. In 2024, we have seen an upsurge. We are now at numbers higher than pre-COVID. We have various ways of determining these numbers, the efficacy. We work together with Central Bank of Kenya to look at even balance of payments, immigration. They collect data on the entries, Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, tourism research institutes, and other organizations. We are putting together the data, but for sure, the preliminary information we have is that the tourist numbers did not decline. They will be upwards of the target that had been set for us. So we will be announcing the actual numbers, but for sure they will be more than around 2.4 and above. Yeah. And you asked what we are doing to enhance tourism numbers. We are diversifying the tourist numbers, tourist products, so that tourists, when they come in, they find enough. The modern traveler. We are diversifying the source markets from the traditional markets that we have known. We are working on, and part of what we are doing today is in a bid to improve the experience of our visitors. And so we have a whole strategy, and we will be glad to continually communicate about the strategies we have put in place. Thank you very much.
Commissioner General, there was something from KRA.
Yeah, as the Kenya Revenue Authority, we are committed to the service charter that we have formulated alongside the other agencies, and for the express purpose of improving customer experience as we fulfill. With respect to the question of the allowable threshold for the value of goods being brought in by passengers had been $500, give or take 50,000 shillings, for a very long time. This is a threshold that is determined at the regional level, at the EAC level. This is a threshold that is determined at the regional level, at the EAC level. And from our own observations and analysis, we were of the view on the fact that this was very low. So we took it upon ourselves to engage the. That now has been increased to $2,000, or give or take 250,000 shillings.
Thank you. Asante sana.
Asanteni sana. Thank you so much.